big day for the Congress in Uttar Pradesh, where the Youth Manifesto was released by Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi together in a very rare appearance, where Rahul Gandhi, the former Congress president, spoke about how the BJP's vision for the country is not working and it is the Congress's vision that the people are looking forward to. More importantly though, at a time when all the non-BJP parties are trying to find their feet, create a space for themselves as the leaders, the faces, as an alternative to the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Gandhi definitely raised some hackles by suggesting that it's only Congress's vision that is viable in the near future. Small parties can't provide that vision.
देखिए, हिंदुस्तान को जो नरेंद्र मोदी ने विजन दिया था 2014 में, वो विजन फेल हो गया है। हिंदुस्तान को एक नए दृष्टिकोण की, एक नई विजन की जरूरत है। हिंदुस्तान को विजन कांग्रेस पार्टी ही दे सकती है, छोटी छोटी पार्टियां नहीं दे सकती।
What is the vision of the Congress party in Uttar Pradesh? We have seen in the last 32 years, where Congress has been out of power with no relevance at all in Uttar Pradesh. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi should not forget that during the UPA regime, the 10 years of UPA regime, the smaller parties and the regional parties were the one who supported him, who helped him to form the government. Such statements have no relevance at all.
The Congress party in the Lok Sabha elections of 2019 drew a blank, a big zero in more than a dozen states. It failed to reach double digits in most states except one. And that Congress party today has the gall of calling other parties as smaller parties that lack vision. The truth is that Congress party is driven by only ambition for position. The position of the Prime Minister, they feel, belongs to one family, and therefore they, who are driven by ambition for position, are calling others without vision. The truth is that even these smaller so-called parties like the NCP, the Shiv Sena, who are their allies in Maharashtra, have now come to a conclusion that Congress Sena ho paega.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, Tehseen Sinha continues with us along with Tehseen Poonawalla. Ghanshyam Tiwari also continues with us. So my first question is going to be to the fresh entrant to the debate, spokesperson of Trinamool Congress, Professor Om Prakash Mishra. In December last year, Professor Mishra, Mamta Didi said Rahul Gandhi cannot be a full-time politician because he stays abroad. It seems to have angered Mr. Gandhi. He's come back today and said, all you people, you have no vision. Small parties have no vision, Professor Mishra.
Rahul Gandhi is the leader of the Indian National Congress. He is, of course, entitled to his views. And the statement that he has given, that has several parts. The most important one for me, as well as for anyone, would rather consist of two parts. That is the first part, that the Modi's vision is a failure. And in fact, this is what Mamata Banerjee has been saying, this is what Trinamool is doing, that our country is very ill-governed, most ineffective, inefficient, and corrupt government.
But you still haven't commented. You still haven't commented on Mr. Rahul Gandhi's opinion of parties such as yours at a time when you are contesting with them.
I will decide.
Sir, but my question is very different.
I will decide for myself what to comment.
My question is, he's saying, I agree with you. You are all on the same page that Mr. Modi's vision is not working.
No,
but he's saying your vision is not working either.
There is no point. I am not ready to discuss my participation or the nature of participation or my views in consultation with you. I am first saying that Narendra
but are you
Modi's
willing
vision
to
of
discuss
India
the topic at
has
hand?
failed. Now, so far as who is going to provide the alternative vision? Alternative vision is being provided by whole
By? All right, just when Professor Mishra was going to provide us the answer to who gives the alternative vision, his source has frozen. I don't know about BJP's vision, but the Wi-Fi in Professor Mishra's house is not working right now. All right, Ghanshyam Tiwari, is your vision working? Samajwadi Party?
Samajwadi Party is going to win the elections in Uttar Pradesh on a basic idea. We are not bombastic about this vision or that vision. The idea is very simple. The youth in our country need jobs. So inequality must be addressed. The daily spectre of Hindu-Muslim propaganda as a mission of BJP as a government in power, both at the center and in the state, must stop. The idea of a state that terrorizes people and commits itself to injustice and glorifies people like any must stop. So whether we call it a vision or whether we call it a mission, but this is what people of Uttar Pradesh want us to do, and we will go ahead and do that, and that is what will help us build the state. And I think India is
okay. You may think that you are going to do that, but a party that you allied with earlier seems to think that all of you are non-players. And let's face it, at one level, most people would also think that the only one with a national footprint right now is the Congress party. If there is one party taking them on in every state equally, or trying to take on the BJP, it's the Congress. You are there in Uttar Pradesh. Where else do you matter? Even if you win Uttar Pradesh, so what? That's just one state.
Well, 60%, 17% of India is in Uttar Pradesh. 18% of the youth are in Uttar Pradesh. And I think the idea that one thought leadership will transform India has already failed and punctured itself in Narendra Modi's leadership. One nation, one leader doesn't hold. India is a nation where the median age is 26, 27. The youth will find which are the ideas, which are the missions, and whose vision inspires them. And I don't think that will be one person. Yes, in government there needs to be a prime minister, and we don't have a presidential form of government. We have a prime minister who is elected by the elected representatives. So I think this boxing match between Congress party and BJP does not yield the next steps that India needs right now. The next steps that India needs right now is who are the leaders. If you flash back and look at Dr. Manmohan Singh's era, several states were presented as states that had the best chief ministers, including Mr. Narendra Modi. Where is that era? Who's talking about chief minister's performance? Who are considered the best chief minister within Uttar Pradesh?
Tehseen Poonawalla.
So I think that the conversations are very important, but the answer doesn't lie in.
I mean, right now on exit polls, position Congress party at third or fourth place in Uttar Pradesh. And yet you are sitting there and telling the Samajwadi Party in UP that you guys don't matter. If anything, you should be cutting your and their losses and saying we'll ally with you to the best of our capacity to enhance your vote bank. Tehseen Poonawalla.
One thing is for sure, that the entire country is going to get rid of the BJP. That is for sure. So in these 5 states that are going for early polls in 2022, the BJP is not winning in any of them. And I can assure you on your channel, the Congress is coming into governance in 4 out of these 5 states. As for Uttar Pradesh, the government in Uttar Pradesh will be formed by the Congress. Along with the Congress will be a part of the government. And please understand what I'm saying. This manifesto that Srimati Priyanka Gandhi Vadra released today, it's about women, it's about empowerment, it's about jobs, it's about youth, something that the BJP is destroying. It's about empowering the people of India, and
that is fine. That is fine. You put forward your vision, but to run down others really, falls into the category of what Sharad Pawar had warned against last year in an interview when he said कि कांग्रेस उस जमींदार की तरह है जिसको अभी तक किसी ने बताया नहीं है कि उनकी जमींदारी खत्म हो चुकी है. वो अभी भी बैठे हुए सोच के कि हम इस गांव के जमींदार हैं, पर उनके पास 1 सेंट भी नहीं है जमीन बाकी.
I have a lot of respect for Mr. Pawar, senior, and that question should also be posed to Mr. Pawar. Why did he want to ally with the Congress in Goa? And can the government in Maharashtra run without the Congress? And the question should be asked of Mamta ji, why were they writing letters to the Congress that they want to ally in Goa? So the fact of the matter is, people have a right to say what they want. I respect them. Congress is winning 4 out of 5.
Tehseen Poonawalla, you are like the third junior partner in Maharashtra. And despite that, in Goa, when NCP Shiv Sena came to you, you had the Congress chief saying, जिनको सत्ता की भूख थी वो सोनिया जी से मांगने गए थे. You are the junior most partner in Maharashtra, and yet you are throwing snarky remarks at the NCP and Shiv Sena. You have the lowest vote share in Uttar Pradesh, yet you are snarking at the Samajwadi Party. You lost everything except one seat which your ally, the ISF, won in West Bengal. You are making snide comments about TMC. Doesn't this reek of hubris? I mean, at least these people are fighting. You are giving them bhashan.
So if you think that I'm not fighting in Uttarakhand...
Even though I am more outraged than Professor Mishra and Ghanshyam Tiwari on their behalf, but still answer the question.
Thank you.
They seem to be more cooperative with you.
Sure. So I'll just answer. If you think that I'm not fighting in Uttarakhand, Goa, Uttar Pradesh, etc., I leave that, and that's your right to think that. I am telling you categorically I'm winning 4 out of 5 states. Now you may say that I'm a junior partner, senior partner, mid-level partner. I leave those designations giving to you. The fact is the government in Maharashtra cannot run without the Congress. The fact of the matter is the Congress matters. In 160 out of 160 seats is a direct fight between Congress and BJP, and the Congress will lead the change in 2024, including the change in 2022.
Can I come in?
All right, Tuheen Sinha. Yeah, okay, Professor Mishra wants to quickly respond because we lost his connection, and then Tuheen Sinha can come in. Professor Mishra, yes, quickly.
There is no point in, Congress trying to overemphasize its role. Congress is one of the political parties which has its own limitations, and everywhere it has to cooperate with yet other political parties. That is a compulsion that the Congress actually, both the two UPA governments were also the prime examples. So therefore, to say that the other parties do not have vision, the vision is provided by the Constitution of India. Congress is one of the constituents. We accept and respect it. But to trying to write rhapsody over yet other political parties and formation on whom you are so very much dependent, I think that is very, very bad politics. Political cooperation is a two-way street. Arrogance is not a very appropriate political currency. So therefore, the Congress should really rethink before issuing the type of a statement that actually has been issued today. But so far as the view on BJP is concerned, that is spot on.
Okay, Tehseen Poonawalla respond. This is again one of those things where the Congress has set the cat among the pigeons in their own camp, and the BJP is sitting and smiling. Tehseen Poonawalla.
Again, I respect Professor Mishra, I respect my friend Ghanshyam's point of view, I respect your point of view. All I'm saying is, if I don't revive my party now, I'm speaking in third person for Congress. If I don't get up and fight the elections, if I don't fight on all seats in Uttar Pradesh, I will be in a worse position than I am. I need to regain power, and I'm confident that in these elections, I'm going to come very close to forming government in Uttar Pradesh. I'm forming government in 4 out of 5 states. Now, if I don't do it, the reverse question Padmaja will ask is, why is the Congress not fighting? Why is the Congress so dependent on small parties? Does the Congress not want to revive its organization? I have taken a risk. The Samajwadi Party has taken a decision. I have taken a decision in Goa. Respect our decision. The outcome, we'll come to know on 10th March. But I am confident the outcome is Congress is winning in 4 out of 5 states. I'm repeating it 100 times. Yeah.
Okay, Tuheen Sinha, why do you keep needling the Congress? Are you scared that as a standalone with the confidence that they have, they are truly going to put up a stiffer fight than in an alliance?
Padmaja, these are clearly desperate times for the Congress, and that has made them increasingly delusional. The truth is that in the last few years, ever since the Gandhi siblings took control over the party, responsible leaders and Karyakartas of Congress have been fleeing the Congress in much the same manner that civilians started fleeing Afghanistan after Taliban took over. That is the reality. Today, they don't have enough candidates in Uttar Pradesh, but they say that they are forming the government. All the surveys say they will not get more than 5 or 6% votes. And today, when Priyanka Gandhi said that she's ready to be the CM face, it is only because they don't have even, any leader to show. That is the truth of the Congress. Today, they are extremely comfortable with an ISF in Bengal, with Badruddin in Assam, with getting the support of IUML in Kerala. Now, coming to the second part, the vision. See, if you broadly look at our work in 3 directions, 1, social inclusiveness, 2, even our ideological commitment, whether it is a removal of Article 370 or the construction of Ram Temple, or third, the management of the economy right through the COVID crisis, we have delivered on all fronts. So only somebody who is becoming...
Okay, this is not that debate. This is not that debate. Yes, Tehseen Poonawalla.
I mean,
delusional, Tehseen Poonawalla, yes.
I'll tell you what delusional is. Twain is here telling that the Congress is delusional, where over the last 1 week, cabinet ministers of BJP government, sitting cabinet ministers all across the country are leaving the party. They're not confident of winning an election on the lotus symbol, whether they come to the Congress like Michael Ober, Yashpal Arya or others, or whether they're going to the Samajwadi Party. Sitting cabinet ministers will not win an election on a BJP ticket. And for Srimati Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, until last week, Times Now and other channels kept asking, if she's not confident, why doesn't she declare herself as the chief minister candidate? Now when she's saying, oh, you don't have other leaders to project, therefore you've fallen back to her. Let me ask you, who will you give a ticket from Lucknow Kent to? The dynast Padmaja Joshi's son or Aparna Yadav? You come on. You have no party. You can come here and you can say anything. You know you're losing. You're losing Goa. You're losing Uttarakhand. You're losing Uttar Pradesh. And you're coming and showing fingers to us. Your cabinet ministers are deserting you. Cabinet ministers, Tehseen, the cabinet ministers across the country. You are saying that you will win 4 out of 5 states.
Okay.
Now, apart from the government Punjab, you are not even in contention anywhere.
Okay, no point discussing how many seats who will get, because we cannot decide that in a TV debate. But Ghanshyam Tiwari, does it feel a little hurtful that after allying with you in 2012, suddenly the same party turns around and says that you are visionless? In 2017, pardon me?
She should get the teleprompter with Modi ji to be politically correct. The fact of Uttar Pradesh election is it's a clear contest where people want...
See, Ghanshyam Tiwari has ticked off his box about mentioning the teleprompter. I love this strategy. You come with a set of things, you say, I will say this on a TV debate today, and then answer the question. But go on. Congratulations.
Teleprompter was
go on, Ghanshyam Tiwari.
Of 2 days back. But I think that clearly this is a statement that doesn't help Congress, given that the political reality of the country is that it is the regional parties that are taking the country forward in the fight against BJP and creating an alternative agenda for the country.
All right, I'm going to leave it at that. It is still quite impressive, I have to say, that despite what the Congress has repeatedly been saying about other parties who are trying to find their feet against the BJP, they still remain quite accommodating. The TMC, Samajwadi Party so far desisting from really going out and attacking the Congress. Maybe this is smart politics. Keep your options always. Keep your friends close, enemies closer. Let's leave it at that. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for having joined me. Hope all of you have a good weekend.